Good morning. Welcome back to the Retired Guy's Garage. So, got a couple of projects going on. I've got several golf carts, and this is more of a UTV slash side by side that we're going to be working on here in the next couple of weeks. So, I've already actually started on this one. I've got another video that I got started with on this one already, so we'll get to that one in a little while. However, on the other side is a 2000 something, 15, 16, 17. I really haven't figured out what it is yet. Club car CarryAll 500. So it's got a fuel injected Kawasaki FE motor in it, and I've already done some work on it. I apologize I didn't video it, but we'll go through what I've done to it so far here in just a second. But got to get that one cleaned up because that one's got to go back to the lot. Of course, I don't own any of these. These are all from my boss from my job. He dropped those off, and got another cool video of unloading those from a tilt trailer you'll enjoy. Matter of fact, I may incorporate that into this that video into this video. So fully self-contained. I've never seen one fully self-contained tilt trailer with its own engine that runs all the hydraulics, doesn't have to be hooked up to the truck. So pretty cool. But that I'll add that video into this video, and so you can see what it took to get these things unloaded. I have 4 of them total. There's 2 more in the backyard, in the back of the property that I've got. One's a club car CarryAll 300, I believe. That's a pretty cool unit, but that one's going to need a rear end, a new rear axle. I already know what that one needs. And I've also got a 2015 Club Car Precedent sitting back there that I'm hoping to be able to buy, because we haven't had a golf cart in a while, and I'd really like to have another one. And not only that, I've also picked up a cool little goodie for it at the beginning of the week that I'll show you in just a minute. That's pretty cool. But for today, this one, now that it's running, and like I said, I will take you through and show you what I did to it to get it running here in just a second. We got to get this one up front. We've got to do some maintenance work to it. We're going to do a tune-up, oil change, belts, air up the tires. We're going to clean it, pressure wash it, I'm going to buff out the hood on it. I'm going to letter it for the lot so that it looks professional, at least when I drop it off anyway. What it looks like after they leave it sit outside for the next however long, I can't say, but it's going to look nice when they get it. So it's really dirty. It was an auction buy, and it was a fleet cart before that. Looks like it came from some type of maybe an apartment complex, etc. Not really sure, but pretty cool cart because it's fuel injected, not carbureted. So pretty cool cart, and it's got a really nice aluminum dump bed on it, which is really cool. And I apologize for the wind. Hopefully my voice is coming through on this. But anyway, so let's get this thing up front. I'll show you what I did to it up in front of the shop, and I'll show you what I did to it, and then we'll go back and take a look at what else I've got sitting back there. This one, already done a few things to this one as well. But we'll get into that in another video. Unfortunately, not some not very good news on this one. But we're also going to try something that will hopefully bring her back around, as they say. So that should kind of give you a hint as to what might be wrong with that one. But again, another auction car. You can see the auction stickers on it. Another auction cart. This is really cool. I would love to have this one. It's 4-wheel drive. High and low range, super cool UTV, 4-seater, dump bed obviously, converts to a long bed if you don't need the rear seats. So super cool cart. I would love to have this one, and obviously it used to belong to the sheriff's department. You can see kind of see the outline of the letters and the star on the hood there. So, but really cool. I really like this thing, but unfortunately I think it's going to need more work than I'd be willing to put into it, and more money than I'd be willing to put into it. But who knows? This little trick I'm going to try, maybe it'll bring her back around, and maybe we'll actually be able to get this one running. So this one did not run when I got it. I've at least got it turning over, still doesn't run. but I'll show you what that is in that video. This one also did not run when I got it, so let's get started and see what it took to get this one running. So stick with me and I'll be right back. All right, so what have we done to this one so far? I've put a new fuel pump in it. You can see that new clean white piece right there. That's an entire fuel pump and gas gauge assembly, float assembly. So put a new one on, installed a new pump. It was fairly easy to do. Just I got the 6 or 7 screws, however, 1, 3, 6, yeah, 6 screws. Popped the old one out, popped the new one in, and got that situated and got the new fuel pump in it. So got that done. Runs good. Had a little bit of had bad gas in it. That was originally my reason for pulling the fuel pump out of it, because it had bad gas. I couldn't get all the gas out of it through the filler neck. You can kind of see the gas cap right there. So that was my original reason for pulling the fuel pump out of it, was to drain the tank completely. Excuse me, my goodness. And in the process, found out that all the hoses inside on the fuel pump itself were all cracked and broken and not doing what they were supposed to do. So that's why we did a new fuel pump. Pretty fairly inexpensive part, believe it or not. Got that off the old where did I get that? Amazon? Yes, Amazon website. And I think it was $60 with tax. So not a bad part, not a bad price, and it seemed to be a pretty good quality unit. Things started right up, and as soon as I got the rest of the bad gas out of it, out of the lines and out of the fuel injection system, runs great. So what's the other thing we did to this? Okay, I know it's going to be kind of hard to see. Oh, there we go. No, not bad at all. Okay, so this thing, you can see back here, this rod, this connects to the gas pedal, which also connects to this piece, which is what starts and stops the cart right here, this little micro switch. So what happened was, while this thing was sitting at the lot for however many months or so that it's been sitting there, so that rod moves this piece right here. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see how that moves. Well, from sitting, moisture had gotten in there and rusted up the shaft, and this thing was frozen solid and wouldn't move. So couldn't get it to start, and that was the issue with that. And so I had to kind of take it apart. There's a little clip on top of here, and we all know what happens with them little spring clips. You start taking them off, and you know what happens. The next thing you hear out of my mouth is a 4-letter word that I won't say on camera, and because it went somewhere, and you can obviously tell I'm in the backyard, and that is in the grass somewhere. I have no idea where it is. So what I'm going to do to fix this, to re-secure this so that it doesn't drop down out of here while they're driving it, is I'm going to drill a hole in this and put a cotter pin in here. So, and that's my plan. And as you can see, this thing is filthy dirty because it's been sitting between the auction and the lot. It's been sitting for probably a couple of years. So I did borrow some parts. The air cleaner cover I borrowed off of that one because this one's in better shape, and that one's probably not going to be running for a little while. Hard to tell for sure, but my guess is probably not going to be running for a while. So I borrowed the air filter and the air filter cover off the other one to put on here. But what I'm going to do, when I do the tune-up on this, I will go ahead and put a new air filter, brand new air filter in it, and I'll put that air filter back in the other one. So, but the plan for this morning is get this thing up in front of the shop, actually get it up in the driveway, and get it pressure washed and get it cleaned up so that it doesn't look as grimy as it does now. And you can see this nice, like I said, real nice aluminum dump bed on this cart, and yeah, it's just full of debris and whatever that solution is. And looks like maybe McDonald's nugget sauce containers. So it's filthy, it needs a good bath, and that's what we're going to do today, get it cleaned up. And then I may go ahead and take the wheels off of it one by one, check it up, take the wheels off, break the top beads down, paint the wheels. I'm probably going to repaint all the black, clean that up real nice, repaint the white center section of the console, so that cleans up real nice. Hit this thing with a pressure washer, get that hood cleaned up, and hit that with a buffer. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the name of the business that it's going to be used for right here on the hood. We're going to get rid of all these old stickers, and it's going to be time to give it back. So stick with me. Let's get started on this thing. However, before we get started on getting it cleaned up and getting ready to go, we're actually going to put it to work. You can see I've eliminated one of my workbenches finally. Project I've been looking to get completed for a long time now, and got the table moved over. We needed to make some walking room right here, and the only way to do that was I had way too many. I know that sounds crazy, but had way too much workbench space, and I may even cut down on the size of that one as well. Not sure yet. But done floor here. This huge box is right in my way. That is actually extra siding for the house and shop, and we're going to go ahead and get that moved and take it back to the shed, the back of the property, and get that out of the way. So that's going to be our first project, and then we're going to break out the pressure washer and get that thing cleaned up so it is easier to work on, because I hate working on dirty stuff. So so still in coffee mode. It's, well, shoot, it's 11:30. It's about time to hit lunch, actually. So let's get this box moved, and we'll get started on it. Stick with me. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we got that big old box loaded up on here. We're going to run this back to the shed, back to the property, and put this in storage in that shed. And while we're back there, we'll show you the other two golf carts / UTVs, I guess. Maybe the club car might be called. Actually, that black club car CarryAll is pretty cool. It's lifted. It's got some pretty big wheels on it. So it's a pretty cool unit for a CarryAll. Very similar to this one, just a little bit cooler because it's black and got a lift kit, and it's actually pretty cool. But we've got some plans for that precedent back there, and I'll show you what those are in just a second. Stick with me. I'll be right back. Let's get this thing hauled back there and get this loaded up in the shed. Alright, so these are the other two I got back here. This is the precedent, and like I said, this is the one I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to own here in a couple of days. Hopefully my boss will sell me this one. He doesn't seem to be real interested in keeping this one. So she really needs some loving, but it's 48 volt. It's a 2015 if I remember correctly. But she's gonna need some love. It needs new batteries and needs some help. I have no interest in keeping this box at all. This is going to have a rear seat on it by the time I get done with it. So, but more on that later. And then this is the club car CarryAll. I thought it was a 300. It's obviously a 272. But this is a pretty cool one. This one's carbureted, a little bit older, but definitely a cool unit. I really like it. But this one's going to need a new rear axle. This one's got a broken rear axle in it. But more to come on this one as well. Another video on this one as well. So stay tuned for that one. But what do we have in store for the precedent, you might ask? Well, as luck would have it, I was going through the old Facebook the other day and came across a guy that was selling all these body parts. These are all club car. This actually, ironically, is another hood for that. Which was kind of a bonus, actually. I didn't really expect it. This is a newer club car onward front nose. Clearly you can see it's EFI, so it came off of a newer one. Pretty damaged. Not really sure if this is even going to be usable, but I mean, what do you expect? It came from an auction card, so that's kind of what you get when you get the auction cards. But anyway, not sure if I'm even going to be able to use it. Probably not, but it came with the kit. It came with the lot that I bought. This, however, is, I believe, what's called a Phantom aftermarket body kit for the Precedent. So this, I believe, once I wash it and buff it out and wax it, is gonna shine up really, really well. Might have to do a little bit of wet sanding and get some of these scratches out and stuff, but that's okay too. But this is going to end up on that, and that is going to look like a completely different cart if I can never get the chance to work on it. That's the biggest problem. But for right now, what we need to do is get that box in the shed. So stick with me, let me get that unloaded, and then we'll get started working on that, because that is next. Stick with me and I'll be right back. All right, we've got that box unloaded and into the shed, and as you can see, got a bunch more golf cart parts there. Got front cowl from a Precedent, tan Precedent body, which is exactly the same as what's on there now, same color. Got another rear cowl sitting back there. Got a couple of Tempo bodies. The green ones are Tempo bodies, and we may put those to use as well, so we'll see. But anyway, let's get this thing back up front and get started on it. Stick with me. All right, not sure if you can tell much of a difference, but I did spend about an hour or so on this thing with a pressure washer, and I mean, you know, it's an old cart that's been sitting a long time, so did the best I could, but it actually is quite a bit cleaner. And now it's going to be time to start detailing it. So yeah, gonna need to get in here and find out exactly what motor's in this thing. I believe it's a Kawasaki. Sorry about the shaking, but water just dripped on my phone. Didn't want to leave that there. I believe it's a Kawasaki FE motor, but that tag right there is going to tell me what it is here shortly. So, but yeah, let's get this thing over on the other side, up near the shop, and start working on it. And just realized I think it's going to be time to make a new seat. Luckily, I got some new seat covers for it. I think I've got some seat covers left over from another golf cart project I can use, but I'm going to need some new plywood for a seat bottom, because that one's not going to last much longer. So let's get it over on the other side, up against the garage, and get started on it. Stick with me. Welcome back. Well, clearly it's an undetermined amount of time later, down the road, a couple weeks probably. Got a lot going on, but kind of wanted to give an update on this project, because this is probably going to be the last video for a little bit. Due to scheduling and stuff, I'm going to have to be off not being able to make any videos here for a couple weeks. So, I'm gonna shoot straight with y'all. Of course, I never lie to you, and there's really no reason to keep y'all in the dark about it either. So y'all know I was hurt at work back in August, and while things looked good for a little while, we're looking better for a little while. Unfortunately, things have taken a different turn, and unfortunately, I'm going to have surgery here coming up in a couple weeks. So that's going to put me down for about 4 to 6 weeks, is what the doctor's saying. So we'll see what happens. I won't get into the details of the surgery, but it is surgery nonetheless. That's going to require me to be down. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be up and around to be able to do videos for a bit. So, but look for new videos coming out as soon as I possibly can get them out. I promise you I will. Matter of fact, I just talked to the wrecker driver a little while ago, and the truck is finally on its way back. Touched on that in the earlier video, one of the earlier videos, that the truck is giving me that red lightning bolt of death error code, so we got to dig into that. But that's going to be, I don't even know when I'm going to get into that, because like I said, I'm going to be down for a couple weeks. But anyway, I'll take you around, show you what we've done to this in the meantime, kind of where we're at with it. That's going to close out this video for at least for now, and we'll see you again real soon. But let me get you up close and personal here with this golf cart project to show you what we've done to it, and we'll talk about what we got planned as far as repairs and maintenance on it. So stick with me. I'll be right back. All right. So what have we done to it? Well, we've gone ahead and painted the rims. Easy for me to say. They were just looking shabby, and it was time to get them painted. I've started painting the black, as you can see, down on the bottom here. This hood will just, this front nose piece will just pop right off. It just snaps in. So at some point in time, I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to repaint all the black, and repaint the white on the dash as well. So we'll get that, get it looking nice, and get it back to the lot. So, and what else have we done? Well, we've got some new seats for it. They are not attached to anything right now. This back seat will sit up. Top of the seat will match the top of this the backing plate, and get bolted down. Clearly, these are not the correct seats for this golf cart, but they are very nice. As a matter of fact, they're brand new. I found a gentleman in Stone Mountain that had some storage unit full of new golf cart seats. So needless to say, I rated it because I needed a set of seats for this one, and I'll take you over and show you real quick. I also needed a set of seats for that precedent that I'm going to be working on soon. And kind of see what those look like. So those are going to be on that precedent, and I know I showed you that blue body that's going to go on that one, that blue Phantom body, I think it's called, that's going to go on that one. So, so clearly not the right seats, not the factory seats for this golf cart, but these are going to work just fine. It's just going to be a lot cart. They're going to, haul stuff around the lot with the dump bed. So it's going to be great for what they need it for. So basically what I did was, I'll take this, move this out of the way. And we'll slide this one down. There we go. So clearly you can see that the seat is a little bit not quite as wide as the golf cart is. So what I did was I just took a sheet of plywood, and I made a base for the seat, and there's screw holes. You can see right there, 1, 2, and then there's 2 corresponding ones on the other side. So what I'm going to do is just drill holes in this piece of plywood, and I've got some bolts, and I'm just going to bolt the seat down to this. They don't need anything fancy. It doesn't need to have handles or anything fancy. They're not going anywhere with it. So, but yeah, that's what we got going on. That's where we're at. And as soon as I'm back to feeling better, I'm going to get back on this and get it finished up, because I want to get it back to them. So anyway, let me get you back on the tripod here real quick, and let's finish this off with what we got planned for this project. Stick with me. Be right back. All right, so what do we got planned for this thing? It's going to be this is going to be a basic bare bones refurbish. I just wanted to make it look nice so that it looks good for the lot when they've got customers, if they're going to be, riding customers around the lot and stuff on it. So definitely nothing fancy on this. There's used to be a big push bar on this thing that is no longer there.
but the brackets are still there for it. So when I pull this hood off, I'm going to get those brackets out of the way. There actually is somebody on Facebook Marketplace selling one of those. I may talk to my boss and see if he might want to spend I think the guy's asking 50 or 60 bucks for it to buy it, put it back on. Not sure if he wants to do that or not. More than likely not, but I'm gonna put it to him anyway. But what else we got to do to it? Need to do a tune-up on it. So tune-up on these things, basic, very basic tune-up. Basically, there's an air filter and a spark plug. That's it. So pretty simple. We're gonna go ahead and change the oil. We're gonna put some new belts on it. So there's 2 belts, obviously. The starter generator belt is 1 belt, and then the clutch drive belt is going to we'll replace that as well. So that's what we got going on. And like I said, we're going to refinish. I'll finish painting all the black areas. I may repaint the roof. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. But that's kind of and that'll kind of finish it up and get it ready to go back to them and get it ready for them to use for customers. But that's pretty much it on this one. This is going to be a real quick one. Not really too much going on with this one. The hardest part right now is going to be getting those seats mounted, because I've got to do some measuring and figuring so that they sit centered and all that good stuff, and so that they look decent. And of course, I'll go ahead and paint that plywood black so that it doesn't. So that not if it gets wet, but when it gets wet, it doesn't rot out. So go ahead and paint that black. Get this bottom seat mounted to it. We'll get that seat back mounted to the back mounting area there, and that's going to be about it for this thing. So, as always, I sure do appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much for it. It means more to me than you'll ever know. If you get a chance, by all means, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you share it. I'd really appreciate it. Helps those YouTube analytics a ton. But as always, you can catch me on social media. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at The Retired Guy's Garage, and now on X as well. Not too active there yet, but my X handle, ID, whatever you want to call it, I'm not even sure, is TRGG 2024. So look forward to seeing you on the next video. Don't know when that'll be yet, but hopefully you'll tune back in and catch it when it comes out. If you hit that notification bell, you'll know when I've got new content coming out. Hopefully I'll be up and around within maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But surgery on the 18th, so going to be down for a good little bit here anyway. So as always, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching. And until the next time, y'all, please be safe and take care. Bye for now.
All right, so to end the video, I kind of realized after I finished editing last night that I didn't have a video of the completed cart. So I kind of wanted to just do a short video here, just a few seconds long, to show you what the finished product looks like. So hang on just a second and I'll flip you around and we'll show you what it looks like. So I did end up getting some vinyl paint for the floor mat, repainted that black. I didn't end up doing anything with the center console, that white part. I would have had to take that all apart, and it actually looks fine the way it is. So like I said, it's just going to be a lot cart. But yeah, got the seats all mounted up. Turned out real nice. Used some black paint on this on the bed liner as well. So got that all situated. The rims are all painted real nice. Did that, and got all the black painted, and cart came out really nice for kind of a not really an in-depth refurbish on this one, just kind of a quickie to just make it look decent so the guys at the lot could use it and have it to do what they need to do at the lot. So yeah, this was just kind of a quickie refurb. The hood came out great. I can't believe how nice it looks. That just with hitting it with a buffer, came out really nice. So if they decide to keep this thing, which normally they don't, it is a car lot, they just usually sell stuff. So but maybe we'll get him to get some new tires on it at some point. But yeah, you can see I painted the wood base black so that it didn't rust out. And get you in here real quick. So did change the oil on it, put in a new spark plug, a new throttle cable. I'll get you down there and here in just a second, show you that. That was something I didn't even think about when I did the other video. So replaced this throttle cable. It was frayed and broken at the other end. So and of course new belts. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this. So as always, appreciate y'all watching the video. Thanks a bunch. Take care.